The sacred in between. The messy middle doesn't mean you're lost. There's a part of the healing journey that can feel incredibly uncomfortable, and I like to call it the messy middle, because they say change is always uncomfortable in the beginning, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the other end. But when you're in the messy middle, this is where everything in your life's changing, and you might be going through that, crying on the floor, eating ice cream, sobbing from the boots, and it's like everything in your life has collapsed, and there's all of this energy that's swirling around you, and there's all of these old thoughts and beliefs that are coming up, and there's all of this. It can be quite a traumatic time being in that messy middle. But what it actually is doing is it's preparing the way for you for the all of the old stuff that doesn't suit, all of the lies that we've told ourselves, all of the false belief systems, the false relationships, all of those things that we thought were safety nets. It's actually clearing the pathway so that all of the new can come in. But then there's this sort of like this in-between stage that also comes after the messy middle, and that messy middle can be, like you get through your processing and you get through your crying and you get through all of that sort of stuff. And then on the other side of it, there's like this really uncomfortable in-between part. And this is the part where it can be the most treacherous part, actually, because you've done all your processing, you've let go of everything, and you've surrendered to it, because you've really got no choice. You've just got to surrender to it. And then there's like this little part that can get quite impatient. It's like, well, I've done all this work. What's going to happen now? What's going to manifest now? And it's like, that can be the most treacherous time, because we've come through all of this change and transformation, but because we're still in this really uncertain stage, we can go back to the old, because it's safe, and we know it's not comfortable anymore, but it's familiar, so we can go back into our old ways. So that's where it's really important to realize that it's like when a farmer plants a seed, plants a seed, and plants the seed, and he nurtures it and he waters it and he feeds it and he nourishes it, and he doesn't pull it. He doesn't start pulling it as soon as that shoot comes out of the ground. He allows it to become really strong, and that's what you're doing at this time. So this is the most important time for self-care, for self-love, for nurturing. And just knowing that, like the more we try and force something to happen, the longer it's going to take. This is actually the time of total surrender. And this is where we learn to trust the universe, and we learn to know that, whatever it is that we're waiting for is coming to us, and we're being prepared for something better. However, we just have to trust this process, that we will get through this messy middle, and then this in-between time where your new life forms, and, the new relationship or the new job or whatever it is that comes. We need to allow that time to nourish and nurture ourselves, so that the universe can just line everything up for us. So this is where the 9D breathwork has been amazing for me in this, getting through these processes, through the messy middle, trusting on the other side. I can breathe my way through it. So there's a link there in the app, and everything's guided. It's the most amazing app. You get a free 14-day trial. So the link's in the bio there. Check it out. We also have an absolutely amazing community of over 30,000 people that are doing this work, that are breathing together like the warriors, like the ones that aren't afraid of the uncomfortable emotions, and they're not afraid to go there and do that deep work. And if that's you, this could be what you've been looking for. So just know that you will get through it. The messy middle and the in-between stage can be the most treacherous parts, but once you actually surrender to it and trust and allow, watch the miracles start unfolding. So have a beautiful, magical day, and I will see you on the inside.